What is up, guys? Welcome. Welcome, guys. What's up, Justin? What's up, Vin? How you guys doing today? Hope everybody's good. OG, Tiffany, what's going on, guys? Eller, how's everybody doing today? You guys survived the aftermath of the ETF. Let's go. All right, so I'm just giving a few seconds to let everybody trickle in, but we'll check out some things in the meantime. So really starting off Bitcoin today. You guys saw this massive move today. Man, we shot up. I thought we were going to go to 50, honestly. I really did think we were going to go to 50. We were shooting up so fast. Went up, topped out right there at that 49,000. I think it was really like 49. It was like almost 49.1, I think, when I was witnessing it. But yeah, it was crazy. It almost, if you guys remember, I remember I got rid of that ugly drawing that I had, but I had this drawing up, right? And it almost, it exceeded, I said we were going to top out at 48, right? But we ended up topping out at 49, obviously, right? And I said there was going to probably be somewhat of a sell the news event. And I think that's what we witnessed today. We really witnessed just a big, like we saw that initial, just massive pump. It was like 9 in the morning. Early this morning, markets opened up around 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It just started pumping, right? Continuing to pump, jumping up, hit that 49,000, and I mean we just started, selling off, right? And I think it was more of a just sell the news event, kind of just letting everybody that's been kind of going through all this, maybe that bought initially, on our way up for Bitcoin particularly, that wanted to just get their profits and move on, right? Which we kind of figured this was going to happen. Honestly, it really wasn't a bad sell the news event anyway. We saw a massive pump up towards the 49. And remember what I was saying? I was like, hopefully we can bounce back around the 46, right? Well, we dropped down a little bit less. About 45.6 is where we went down to. But you can see we've slowly but starting to regain, those small little sell-off. And from here on, I feel like we are going to still kind of have a little bit of volatility tomorrow in the market, right? Because it's still just all relatively new. But I'm really thinking that we're going to start smoothing out here and just start, steadily having these easy days where we're going to see some nice moves up. Maybe we have a few days where we're down, retracement, stuff like that, which is given in the market, right? But now that we are just over the ETF debacle, right? It went in our favor. We got the approval. Everything's great. It actually helped us out as far as meme coins, but really Milady. It helped us out really well. And I kept this arrow here because I do want to explain real quick as we get into Milady. You can see we had this beautiful flagpole. I feel like I'm always drawing a freaking a bull flag, right? But it's like in the bull runs, you're going to see these bull flags just generate like every other day or, like occasionally. No, not occasionally. You're going to see them form more frequently now that we're going to see these nice pumps and then, these little swings towards the downside, right? But we're not going to be dropping like in the bear market, you remember we'd have these big pumps and then we'd have the dump immediately. We'd go right back to where we were at within like hours, like nothing even happened. Well, obviously that's not the case anymore. We're seeing these nice pumps and you'll see these descending triangles, or what I love to call them is bull flags, right? So I have this arrow because I honestly think that in the next week, maybe a few days, whatever the case may be, but eventually we're going to maybe swing inside this channel, right? And most likely we'll see a nice little takeoff again, forming some kind of another bull or descending triangle. And that's probably going to be the gist of us as we start moving up, slowly but surely into this bull market. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's good. These kind of things are kind of good too because maybe you didn't get a chance or you're going to get some money in a week from now, right, that you want to invest. So it kind of gives you that chance of just us not just skyrocketing, in a month and we're at our all-time highs. It's kind of good because we'll kind of find some good spots, make 30-40% moves, and then we'll hang around there and have some 10 or 15, maybe 20% dips. So maybe you could you have an opportunity to continue to DCA on the dips and keep adding up, on your bag before we get on to the next, descending triangle or flag or bull flag is what I love to call them, right? So now real quick, let's see here. Justin said he's watching them rocket. We're all here witnessing it, right, man? And Eller said this meme looks antic today. Krager, what's going on, brother, man? Thank you for joining. AVK, what's going on? Eller said the thumbnail meme. You like that, bro? You like that? What? Let me see. Because I make them, dude, and it's like they just like before I go live or I make a video, it's just like I create them, right? I used to not be so good at them, and I'm evolving. But you know what I always want to stay away from is the the thumbnails where people do their face and they're like where their mouth open like, oh my god, and they're like looking up at something. I'm like, bro, I don't want to. One day I'm gonna do that just for like just to be funny, but I don't really. I'm just like, dude, I don't know. But so let's see here. So Justin said he doubled down on the dip, holding 46 billion. Milady, nice, brother. That's a solid bag right there, dude. That's a solid bag. And Tony B said, hey, everyone, driving home and listening. Make sure you got 2 hands on the wheel, driving, seatbelt locked, and pay attention to that road, brother, and you can just listen to us. But what's up? Hope you drive safe. And let's see here. Lizzle, what about Luna C? I see it was, let's see here. I see it was 150 and 22, then dropped to, is this one dead? So, what is it? Lizzle. I don't know if you're familiar. I don't know how long you've been in crypto, but with Luna's Classic. So Luna used to be like, it just used to be called Luna, right? And Luna used to be a solid project, back a few years ago. They had some big things going on, and you can I would honestly look it up because I like from now, it's been like 2 years now. I'm like freaking kind of forgot what exactly started it all. But yeah, to sum it up, the project used to be really solid, but a lot of people end up losing a lot. What they did was they were going down and they started adding massive amount of coins into their circulating supply. So it really quickly went from like 100 and whatever it was. It was actually, I think, a lot more possibly, but then it dropped down to like fractions of a penny, and it was insane. Like, and it would go from a fraction of a penny and then it would go back up to like $5. And it was just so crazy. Like, I actually made a lot of money during that time, but it ended up kind of just dying out. Now, Luna Classic is still around, right? Believe it or not, I think the market cap is still up there, like, a few $100 million or something. We can look it up. But for me personally, that's something that I just, most people in crypto have wrote it off, right? There are a lot of people that are still hoping and praying that this thing could really revive itself. And you can see, like, the market cap's still at $700 million. So that's not something to write off particularly. But, a lot of people lost a lot of money. A lot of people were, pretty sour about this particular project. It really made the crypto market look very bad. And it was a time where we were going through, a lot of other stuff going on. So with Luna Classic, we kind of, myself personally, like I wouldn't be buying in on Luna C unless it like dropped down, like market cap was like under $100 million. I'd probably throw a few $100s in it, just maybe in the whim that it might rebound, to where it's at right now and grab a quick 5 or 7x. But it would be short-term investment, nothing really particularly long-term. So, and that's just my opinion. Obviously that's something, if you're new to it, look it up. You can go back in time 2 years ago and see what a lot of us were going through. And you can see I'm sure there's some videos out there of like the whole timeline of everything that was going on. It was a pretty big thing in crypto for sure. So let's see here. What's up, everybody? Just trying to catch up. We are definitely going to get into the charts and everything like that. Let's see. OG said it's only a matter of time till we get our gains. Oh yeah. Yesterday was a good day, OG, too. So, everything's still looking bullish. We're going to go through it, like I said, and we'll map out some stuff. Jen's in the house. About time she made it up. Nice. Thank you so much, Jen, for coming in. I think Luna C crashed the market. Then Luna C will eventually move again. Luna C had that much power to crash the market. But you got to remember, Jen, at the time, most people had a lot of money in Luna, right? A lot of people had their trust in Luna. And I think, I'm trying to remember, it's like I have a brain freeze of that whole little area of time that what happened. I mean, I knew exactly what happened because I was involved in it. I didn't initially lose any money with Lunacy, but I was definitely capitalizing when it got so volatile, until they freaking stopped trading. It dropped. It was like going crazy. I was like throwing like hundreds of dollars in it, and it would jump up to like $2,000 real fast. I'd sell, right? And then I'd wait, and then like it was doing some crazy swings, and I'm like, hell yeah. And then out of nowhere, like most of the exchanges stopped letting you trade, right? And I'm like, why? I saw it when it dropped to the very bottom. The market cap was at like $20 million, and I'm like sitting here trying to throw like $1,000 at it because I was like, this thing's about to go back up, and it like within an hour it was back up to like $400 million, and I was like, I was so mad, but it is what it is. See, Eller said he lost money with Luna Classic. Yeah, it was craziness. So real quick, let's just Lizzo, I see you talking about Gecko. We'll definitely look that up here in a second, but let's just map out real quick. So as far as Milady, let me move this arrow. The arrow obviously is indicating what I think is going to happen here eventually. We're definitely going to see some kind of a nice move up if this bull flag plays out. So real quick, let me zoom out a little bit here, and let's look at the 1 hour and the 4 hour, because those are going to be our SMA moving averages that we want to check out. So as you can see for the 1 hour, you guys can see for right now, the 20-day is basically holding us down. You can see easily. So we're above the 50, 100, 200-day SMAs, but you can see this 20-day right here is basically we're hitting our head on this 20-day. So, I mean, for right now, everything still looks great, but this kind of goes into my narrative of what I'm saying as far as us really just staying in this this channel of right here, that we're going to be in this descending channel right now, probably doing some little swings, basically bottom of the channel, somewhere around anywhere from the 67 to possibly down towards the 65, and then the top of the channel being somewhere above around the 75 to 73, we'll say, as we move down, right? But I see us sitting in this channel pretty much waiting. These SMA moving averages are going to start making their way up. We'll probably start finding a mass support as we're sitting in this channel, and then we'll slowly but surely, something's going to give, and we'll end up probably breaking out towards the upside. Now, the next couple of spots that I have is for us really breaking through is obviously we're going to have to break through this high that we have right here, this local high. We'll just call it the 80. I think as far as we get up there, we'll probably, the next move is going to be a big move. So we'll probably end up breaking this 80, right? Breaking the 80, and like I was saying, we still have in play this 88 mark. This 88 mark is going to be a big spot. That's going to be some resistance as we start moving back up. And you guys know once we break this 88, you guys remember, like I said yesterday's stream, it's almost like we're going right back into time 5 weeks ago. And you guys remember how we were moving up. I said as we started approaching that 99 and dropping a 0, we're going to find some resistance, because most likely we'll drop a 0, get rejected, get the 0 back around that 99, drop a 0, and it's going to be something like that where we're going to need to just retest these levels, and kind of maybe fail a couple times, keep testing the level, hitting our head on it, and then eventually, as you can see right here, we eventually broke through, and it was for the big moves right here. And you can see that's where we went on to make these local highs, and we're on our way to be doing all that here soon if the market continues to stay in this bullish narrative that we're in, right? We will obviously want to see Bitcoin. We want to see Bitcoin continue to thrive. Even if Bitcoin stays around where it's at right now, I think the altcoins are probably going to be looking at another second round pump, but it would be really nice to see Bitcoin possibly start getting towards that 50,000 mark and staying steady around that area. I think that's going to be the green light for a lot of altcoins to really start pumping. And I mean really start pumping when we get up towards that 50,000 mark for Bitcoin. So I hope you guys are ready. Hopefully everything stays within our favor. I think we are really going to have maybe like tomorrow is going to be possibly a little bit more volatile. Not more than it was today, but just more than usual. You guys know, I told you guys yesterday, we're going to have some volatility. And I mean, this right here, this is like bull mark bull market volatility, where you see these swings all the way from 49,000 up to about 45. These $4,000 swings, that's what you usually see in a bull market, if not more. Like I was telling you guys, you're going to see in a bull market, the volume is going to be astronomical for like Bitcoin, for any of your favorite projects, right? Compared to where they're at right now. But we're going to see these swings where Bitcoin is just going to do these $5,000, sometimes $10,000 swings in a day or two, and that's when we're in the heart of a bull market. When those swings, and when Bitcoin's up to $1 trillion market cap plus, and it's making $10,000 swings, that is hundreds of billions of dollars that are coming in and out, swinging around in Bitcoin and also in the whole crypto market as well. So everything's looking great as far as, just the market itself. I think we're kind of just trying to stabilize from yesterday and obviously from today from those big moves. Market cap for Milady right now is sitting at around 53.5 million. We are still up 3% from yesterday, and the volume has moved up tremendously, right? This is what we are looking for, and we obviously want to see it continue to grow. The market, the volume for today, about $10.1 million, right? And that's such a baby number for volume for crypto. Just imagine when we see these days where Milady's trading, with the volume of towards $100 million days. That's when we're going to be at the multi-billion dollar mark for the market cap. We're going to have these days where, on the low days, maybe $50 to $70 million, high days, a few $100 million in and out of Milady. So get ready. Bitcoin dominance down a little bit, 51.3 to be expected. This honestly kind of played out like we predicted in the last few weeks. It was a little bit different, a couple curveballs that were thrown into the mix that we obviously didn't know. But for the most part, I said, remember, I wouldn't doubt that we have some kind of a pump up to about 48. Well, obviously we went up to 49, right? And then we saw some kind of and I was saying we would see some kind of a sell the news event. Well, we pretty much saw that today. We went up to 49, dropped down to about 45. I'm guessing that's probably the sell the news event. A lot of people were waiting for that pump. They're like, 49, this is a good number for me, and they're hitting the sell, perfectly fine. Let them do what they got to do. Bitcoin's going to stable out. As of today, we saw those big swings for Bitcoin. Milady really didn't see massive swings. She really stayed solid. We did get a little local high around the 78, 79 mark. And then obviously, since then we have kind of cooled down, but it wasn't a dramatic move. Like I was almost thinking we were going to see when I saw Bitcoin dropping so fast and rapidly, I was thinking, oh crap, here we go. We're going to be going back down to those little, those channels that we've been kind of sitting in, right? I'm like, crap, we're going to be probably going back down to this channel most likely because this big ass swing. Well, we really didn't see that. Milady today stayed pretty firm. And I saw a couple things that I definitely want to get to and show you guys. And if there's any projects you guys want to look at, just bear with me. We are going to be looking at projects. Obviously, I want to just get Milady over with for a couple things. So this article right here that's on Milady's page said Pepe soared 16%. I click into it. Nothing about Milady. It's about Pepe and Sponge V2 that just released, right? But what's funny is as they were showing the numbers, and Milady had a better day yesterday than both of those projects, right? I think Pepe was up at 1.50%, but it was very short-lived. And we'll look at the charts for Pepe. But what I wanted to actually look at was, remember the other day we were looking at the addresses for the whales, and it's been kind of descending, not like dramatically, but it's been kind of going down. Well, you can see as of let's see here. You can see as of the 7th, which was about 4 days ago, because remember the most recent info we're going to get is about 2 days delayed on CoinMarketCap. So as of the 7th, we had about 40 whale wallets. Anything above $100,000 is going to be a whale wallet. Obviously, we have some exchanges that are going to be in the mix of that are holding millions of dollars of Milady as well. Well, look what we have as of the 9th. It jumped up to 46 whale wallets, which means 6 more wallets have over $100,000 of Milady. So remember what we were talking about. I said, let it be. This was like a week, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I was like, let it be. The whales will be back. Whoever sold big when we were going through those big moves, they will be back. And it looks like they're slowly starting to come back from this right here. With the jump up from 40 to 46 in like a day, we jumped up to 6 big whale wallets coming in to Milady. So that's a plus for sure. For sure. Now, looking at the whale holdings, pretty much stagnant as of now. Pretty much stagnant as of the 9th, about 655 trillion. The only thing that really is looking is we've been slowly moving up as investors, right? You know, in the last maybe 2 days, it's been around the same. But you can see when we had those big dips, everybody's been watching the channel, so you could see we were basically getting from the dips, we were eating it up. And investors were the ones that were really jumping up as far as wallets getting bigger. Retail did come up a little bit, actually. It went from 97, you can see during the big dips, to about 100, 102, and now it's about 100. Retails are going to be usually the people that are short term, in and out. So like I said, everything's looking good. Everything's looking great right now. I slowly but surely getting back to where we were maybe about 4 or 5 weeks ago, and we're going to continue on this run that we have, and we know we're poised to get. So definitely exciting. So real quick, I do want to go back. I'm going to say hello to everybody. Lizzle wanted to ask if Lizzle's still in the chat. They wanted to see about Gecko HQ. And I think we've looked at this project a couple times. Am I spelling this wrong? Let's see. Gecko. I wonder if I need to... is it on DeFi? If it's on DeFi, I can just pull it up. Let me see if this is it. Yeah, I think this is it because I have a fib retracement. Let me know if this is the correct chart. I believe this is the correct chart, so I'll go ahead and slide this over here. Make sure this is on point. Let's go down a little bit. So really using the same fib retracement that we've had, if this is the correct chart for Gecko, I believe this is it right here. It's sitting around that 14 mark. It looks like it wants to start testing those local highs, or maybe the all-time high. Yeah, that's the all-time high right here, which would be at the top of the fib at around 21. You can see this thing was really respecting that the 618 fib retracement. I mean, this thing was hugging that 618 retracement, right? And then I believe this was on the 5th. This thing had a nice little bounce towards the top side. But you can see it was basically rejected almost at the 382 at this 14. So looking at it real quick, looks bullish. You can look at all the SMA simple moving averages, and they all are basically parallel to the price action right now. You can see this thing definitely wants to continue on its run. So I wouldn't be surprised if this thing continues to move up and possibly starts making some moves towards that local high. Real quick, just mapping out a couple of spots that I see that are probably going to be some solid resistance, is most likely breaking through that 382 at the 14.6, and then right here is going to be a solid spot for some resistance as well, right here at the 16 mark. This is going to be a spot where we kind of already hit our head multiple times whenever we made this little double top before we made it down. Obviously, you're on your way back up, so I would look for the 382 as a spot of some resistance. And then obviously you have the 16 mark right here. That's going to be a solid spot for some resistance. But if you're looking, if this thing does somehow, but it does like some kind of a double top, you might be coming back down towards that 11 or that 10 mark. So that's another spot to maybe look out for. You want to make sure this second top plays out and continues moving up, or you're going to be seeing some kind of a what we call an M pattern, a double top, right? And let me see here. So M pattern is going to be something like this, where it goes up, makes that double top, and then a lot of times it'll go for the downside, right? So we'll see how it goes. We can maybe come check this out in the next few days. Stop making those little dots. And like I said, for support, you're going to be looking for the 11, basically that 12 mark on here, and then maybe if it does come down, maybe towards that 10. But I don't think it's going to do that. Honestly, it looks very bullish for right now, so I'm just throwing it out. Be careful if you see this thing start curling. You might be in the mix of a double top, and we might be at least just retesting some levels back down towards the 11, 12, or 10 mark. So definitely keep an eye on that. So let's see here. So Jen said, I'll be glad when Bitcoin hits 50K. That's when things will be moving faster. Exactly. Justin said, is there any actual developer news for Milady or any new goal or map? Justin, I will tell you, as far as the fundamentals on Milady for right now, I really have not been following if anything's been coming out. But I will tell you this, Justin. I will tell you this from experience. I'm a Dogecoin, like one of the OGs in Dogecoin. I wasn't a millionaire or anything like that, but I made some good money off of Dogecoin back in 2021. I started buying in 2020 before the pump, right? And I will tell you, just from experience, Dogecoin had nothing behind it, right? Had absolutely nothing behind it. It was literally just a meme coin, right? That really ran off of hype. All your meme coins start off with running off of hype. Now, that's how they end up making it. Not all of them make it, right? But Shiba, Doge, particularly, you'll see they'll end up running off of hype, end up becoming these massive projects, right, with billion-dollar market caps, and then they start implementing or trying to implement some kind of a ecosystem, or some kind of, like, Doge is trying to do something with transactions and stuff like that. Shiba is going towards more of a Shibarium, kind of a like a layer 2, off of the Ethereum network, trying to be like some kind of a like an ecosystem that you can like DeFi almost for Shiba, right? But if you go back to 2020, 2021, they didn't have anything behind them, right? And they literally shot up to billion-dollar market caps because of strictly hype. So right now, for Milady particularly, Milady is a NFT. It's an NFT project, right? We have the awesome NFTs line that are actually originally from Milady, right? As of now, as far as like utilities, fundamentals, anything like that, I don't know anything right now. I don't know what's planned, but what I'm getting to is I guarantee when Milady gets up to millions of dollar market cap, they probably will have some big plans if they don't already have them, and they're just kind of waiting until the right time for the project to get to the right spot for them to really start implementing. And also, you got to remember, whenever these market caps are enormous like that, that's when they have the funds to really be able to have the development, pay for people to come onto their team that can create development, as far as their projects. And that's what Doge did. That's exactly what Shiba did. So as of now, I don't want to answer it incorrectly. I don't really have an answer as far as what they have planned as far as fundamentals or anything like that. Right now, this is strictly a very early project. I mean, Milady just came out in 2023, right? Like I said, she strictly was an NFT project, and they ended up coming out with a meme coin that's off their NFT line that really started to make it big. And I say make it big, we're still at a very small market cap. So, like I said, as things evolve, as the project evolves, usually you'll see these projects start evolving with it, and they'll usually want to do something more than just be a meme coin. So I hope that answers your question. So let's see here. Jason was saying it didn't flash crash, so that's a plus. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. So today, you saw that big move, big swing with for Bitcoin, but you really didn't see the big move for Milady, right? We saw this big move. Obviously we already looked at it. We jumped up to about 49.1, and then obviously we moved down towards around the 46. Right, that was a pretty much a $4,000 or $5,000 move right there, right, within hours. Milady really didn't make. I was expecting some kind of a big 20 or 30% move. It really didn't do anything. I will say when when Bitcoin, I keep wanting to say Dogecoin, but when Bitcoin was moving up towards 49, Milady was, trying to, or we made new local highs, right? So that drop did it did break when we were trying to break out. I was looking at this chart and I was like, man, I saw this move up right last night. We saw the dip this morning. We started moving back up with Bitcoin, and I was like, man, we better not form some kind of an M pattern. I was like, because then we're most likely going to come back down to this channel. And you can see we broke out of that M as well. Like we stayed pretty sturdy. So everything as of now looks great. We're holding right now. Obviously, we're at the mercy of Bitcoin and this 20-day SMA moving average that we keep just hitting our head on. But I think we're going to break this and flip this here soon because we just keep hitting our head on it, right? And that's exactly at that 73 mark, pretty much where we keep hitting our head and then dropping back down. So, all right, so let's see here. Midwest was saying, God bless Crypt No FUD. Everyone in this live chat and our Milady coins. Awesome. Thank you so much, Midwest, for the kind words. We appreciate that, brother. If you guys haven't already, let's check these likes. Make sure you guys hit that like. Let's see here. We're not doing bad. We got 36 people here and 22 likes. Come on, guys. We can do better there. Come on. Now, Free was saying, I wouldn't mind these assets going down a little bit. I'm just continuing to dollar cost average in. I respect it. I do. That's why Free, and I know you were here because I know you were here, but that's why I was telling you guys, take advantage of when you see these big dips, right? These big dips, because whenever I map out these channels, when we break under these channels, that's when you're going to want to start dollar cost averaging in. Obviously not financial advice, but that's when you're going to want to keep dollar cost averaging in. I understand everybody's financial situations are different, right? Like I said, some people are hoping that we don't start blasting off immediately because they get paid maybe bi-weekly or whatever the case is, or maybe they're waiting for their income taxes that are going to be coming in the next month or two. So I completely understand where everybody's coming from, right? But even if, let's say, we start moving up and let's say we jump up, right? We jump up maybe 50% move, that'll have us at a market cap of $100 million. That's still so small compared to what we know we're going to be at in the next year, or who knows, 6 months from now. So all I can say is just dollar cost average in, even as we start moving up, just keep dollar cost averaging in. We'll have these opportunities where, just like last night, you saw how we were on a run, right? But you see how eventually there was a cool off. That wasn't probably a bad spot to dollar cost average in, or just add to the bag at around that 66 mark, right? And I'm sure we're going to get that. Like I'm expecting us to do, is we're most likely going to stay within this channel, this descending triangle, or this bull flag, as I like to call it, right? So we might have opportunity for us to maybe drop down at the bottom of this channel somewhere around the 66 mark again, and that wouldn't be a bad spot to add to the bag, as we are staying in this descending channel before I am expecting some kind of a big move up if this bull flag descending triangle plays itself out, right? So let's see here. Krager was saying, when you get a chance, could you look at PRQ? PRQ, is this going to be on TradingView, or are we going to be looking on DeFi? It looks like it's right here. All right. So PRQ, unfamiliar with the project, unfortunately, but looking at it, first thing I see is it is above its 200-day moving average, right? So it looks good. You can see we had this thing has the market cap must be pretty small for this, because whenever you see these crazy, look at these crazy giga pumps, right? Usually you'll see that on projects that don't have a very big market cap. So it doesn't take much. These things will fly up 70%, but a lot of times, that's why we don't want to see this for Milady particularly, because these giga pumps, they'll psych you out and think you're about to just go shooting to the moon, and then you go back to reality very fast. Just as fast as you move up, you move down, right? But for this project to catch it at the right time, which was pretty much where it almost bounced at this 200-day, it really is not that far above its 200-day. So getting in right now or adding to your bag right now wouldn't be a bad spot because it does look bullish. You can see the confirmation back here that it cleanly bounced off this 200A. And as it was coming down right here, it didn't even need to touch its 200A. It came right before it at around that 8.5 cents. Right now it's trading at about 10 cents. So it does look it does look bullish in my eyes, and it looks like it's ready to basically go back on another run is what it's looking like. All the SMAs are under, and you can see for right here, what's very bullish is this is a 20-day SMA moving average, this yellow line, and look how it's basically respecting that 20-day. You can see it's just running parallel. A lot of times when you're seeing these SMAs starting to point towards the sky, it's usually indicating some kind of a run is going to be initiated if it's not already started. So definitely looks good. If I was to be looking as far as spots to buy in, like I said, right now even really isn't that bad of a spot because you can see from where it bottomed out to where it's at right now, it's only up about 16%, right? So, I mean, if this is a project that you're looking at maybe for the longer term, and I say longer, even if it's like 6 months or, you hold on to it for about 6 months or if it's not years, but I'm just saying I even consider a few months as more of a light longer term, right? So if you're looking to maybe grab this and hold on to it and maybe go on a run, right now wouldn't be a bad spot. Like I said, everything's checking out that it looks like it's about to go on another run. If it does break the 20-day, and I mean towards the downside, obviously we're going to be looking at, and I'll map it out for you, a spot for some, let me see something here. A spot for some support would most likely be where we hit our head and hit for resistance. It's going to most likely be some support, and you can see we actually did form a red candle right above this support line that I have at the 9.7. So if you do get the opportunity and it comes down, it probably will come and bounce at that 9.7. But the way it looks is it looks like it's bullish, and most likely you're going to be coming up on a nice run here. So doesn't look bad at all. Let us know how this goes for sure. So let's see here. So Jen was saying, I just skipped down. Jen was saying Milady's going to do some amazing things for sure. Market playing games, great pump, and then things slow down. Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, Jen, we've been mapping this out. I've been saying this, right now we're still in the mix of this ETF stuff, right? We're still in the mix of it for right now. So, I mean, we're at the mercy of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to be a little volatile as of today, most likely tomorrow. It's like, think of like a big storm that just came through, right? And we're kind of on the back end of it. So tomorrow I'm expecting that we're most likely going to be a little bit more, we're not a little bit more, but more than, usual of volatility, right? We might see another spike up towards that 49 possibly, and then, something like we saw today. But the main thing is we want to make sure we hold certain levels. And I told you guys this. I wish I would have kept that disgusting, terrible drawing that I drew when we were back here. Remember, I drew this like so half-assed drawing. And remember, I'm going to draw it again, guys. I don't care. I'm drawing it again. So remember, my drawing was like this ugly thing. It was like this, right? Is what I was saying. And this was before we got thrown with all those curveballs. And I was saying that we're most likely, because this was a bull flag. Oh my, I always forget to stop drawing. And then I'll start drawing all these little dots everywhere. And then it's like a pet peeve. I got to erase them. So you guys remember, we made this bull flag, descending triangle, whatever you want to call it, right? But we ended up breaking out of it, right? Like a lot of times it'll happen if it plays out properly. We got thrown a couple curveballs in the mix of it all, right? Of that breakout, but it still initially did what we were predicting. I was predicting some kind of a move up towards 48. We went up to 49,000, right? And then I was telling you guys, I would not be surprised, and I heard a lot of other people talking about this too, that there was probably going to be a sell the news event, right? And I think that's what we're kind of in the mix of, what we saw today and what we might see if we see any more little pumps continue for tomorrow. But I think as the weekend unfolds, right, we have a 3-day weekend, and I say 3-day weekends because Monday is Martin Luther King Day, so the stock markets will be closed down, but obviously crypto will be continuing. But You know, I think as we get through this 3-day weekend and we get into the next week, things are going to kind of like, we're going to be out of that storm, that ETF storm. And I feel like we're going to most likely start baselining around where we will have these days, where they're not so crazy volatile, right? But another thing that I keep telling you guys is when we really get into a bull market, this is how it goes. You're going to have days, you're going to have a lot of days like this where Bitcoin's pumping, and then we'll see a drop. And then the next day it freaking will go even higher and you'll see a drop, right? But as long as we're holding these key levels, like today, when we saw this massive shoot up towards 49, we still held at this support line right here at the 45.7. That was a big thing. And that's what I was calling for when I said to sell the news event. I said, I'm not really worried about where we pump short term. I'm more worried about where we actually find support, because that's going to be setting us up for a big move continuing on into the year 2024, right? Because you guys all know what we have for Bitcoin in 3 months from now. Technically less than 3 months from now. It's the halving. So as we start getting closer to that, it's gonna all more chatter as we start building up towards it, and you're gonna see this price continuing to pump up, right? So I was more worried about where we bounce, and so far we are in a solid spot as of now. Everything stays the same, and we're gonna be looking good in these next few months as we start approaching this halving event. Also, we have rate cut hikes coming this year. Now, today, CPI report did come out. And let me see, they already freaking erased everything. Damn it. CPI report came out today. Previous month was 3%. We went up, I believe it was 0.3. We went up a little bit. That's going to happen when inflation's starting to come down. It's just not going to continue to just keep falling. Especially we went from 9% down to 3%. We're going to have months where we're going to have, whenever the CPI reports, because it's every 6 weeks, we're going to have them where it comes out and maybe there is a period where we kind of go up very little, but it wasn't a big move. But I don't know if that also contributed to the markets today, because the stock market was actually down most of the day when CPI report came out. I don't know if that had anything to do with us maybe dropping down too, because you guys got to remember now with this ETF, Bitcoin's all, intertwined with the stock market. Whether they're actually buying actual Bitcoin or not, they're only, the ETFs is trading off the Bitcoin price, so they're not actually buying actual Bitcoin. But I'm sure it's going to have some effect on us now, moving forward. So, pretty much what I'm getting to is everything is still looking great. Everything's still looking great, guys. Everything's looking good for Bitcoin. And as long as Bitcoin's thriving, all your other favorite projects are going to be moving too, right? They're just, right now, they're not going to be going crazy until we get out of the storm and we start moving towards the halving and stuff like that. But I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, we go on a second run with altcoins here in the next probably week or two, where the alts will start coming back alive. Now, let's check out real quick what's Solana doing, right? Solana's at about $99. Nothing crazy yesterday, right? Nothing crazy today. Bitcoin made it up to 49,000. Solana kind of moved up towards 107. Nothing crazy. This right here shows you that, the market right now is kind of, all eyes are on Bitcoin. As we get away from this ETF stuff, I think a lot more money is going to start flowing right back into these alts again, and we're going to start seeing the altcoins start taking off on the second round. So that's my prediction, and I'm sticking to it. So volume for today, for 24 hours, is up 6%, but I will tell you, if you technically look at yesterday, like maybe you look at like 36 hours ago for volume, we were at like $50 million. So volume has literally gone up massively at $113 billion. It has moved up a lot in these last few days. So that's another sign that we're getting into this bull market. As volume starts moving up like crazy, you're going to start seeing things move fast. Had to get some water. And the whole market cap went up too as well. Obviously, We're at 1.77 trillion. You can see up here we were technically about a week ago around 1.65. So we've definitely started moving up again in the whole market, and I'm telling you, these altcoins are going to start moving with it for sure. Let's look at this delayed. See, I don't know what's going on here. Every time I click into Gate.io, I just don't know what's going on here. We've been going up in price, but it's telling me that the sell pressure is at 90%. That just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. I don't know what's going on here, Gate.io, but this cannot be accurate, because 90% sell pressure would honestly have us, we would be down and out for sure. So I don't know what's going on with Gate.io, but Gate.io is today #1 volume at around $3 million for volume for Milady, and KuCoin is actually #2. And that leads me to look at KuCoin actually dropped something for Milady, I think, the other day. Or today. There it is right there. Look at this. So KuCoin it dropped something 17 hours ago. And you can see 4,000 people actually saw this post. And it was just pretty much just showing, talking about the ETFs and stuff like that. But it also shouted out ladies, saying meme coins, including ladies and Myro, are on a rally. And this was as of yesterday. And that leads me to say, anybody in, was that Myro? I believe it is. We've been looking at it here and there. Look at this thing. This thing's definitely on a pump. Myro looks good. Let me see here. Bro, I'm so delayed on my chat. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, Justin, no worries, brother, for the input. Yeah, that's what I'm here for. And I'm glad you came in, dude. That's what we're all here, is to check out whatever projects you guys have. ABM, he was saying Zbeck. Sorry, guys. I'm like so freaking behind on everything. I see TJ was saying he's got Myro. Nice. So your bags are probably up right now, because Myro looks like it's pumping, dude. This thing looks great. I'm going to look up that project that they want to look up real quick. But pulling up a fib retracement for Myro. This thing looks good. It topped out recently right here at the 9, almost the 10 cent. You can see it's basically about to retest that as it's moving up. SMAs, look at that. SMAs pointing to the sky. 20-day sitting parallel. And look, this is always a sign of a nice gradual pump. It's when that 20-day is just right under that price action, and you can see it's just bouncing off the 20-day. That's a beautiful sign. As long as it can keep that 20-day under the price action, this thing is going to continue to just move up, right? So definitely a good buy. Now, as far as looking for spots for resistance, it's kind of hard because it's at its all-time high right now, right? So it's hard to like map out like spots for resistance, because where it's at right now, it's technically at uncharted territory. Technically where it's at right now, you can see it's basically about to hit its only really big spot of some resistance is where it made its local all-time high before it made this high, which is basically at around 9.5 cents, 9.4 cents. So you can see that's where it keeps kind of hitting its head on after it got rejected at the basically the 10 cents. So keep an eye on this, but this thing looks very bullish right now. Now, real quick, I did want to look up. Someone asked me about Zbeck. ABM. Sorry, brother, man. Kev, let me see here. So, Zbeck. Where do you guys find these projects? I feel like I'm just not in the loop on, like, new projects. So, this thing looks, doesn't look bad. Look at this big giga pump that it had after basically... Oh, let me see here. That's nuts. It wasn't even above its 200-day. Didn't even get any confirmation. You can see it kind of was like teeter-tottering under the 200-day moving average right here. This thing freaking shot up out of nowhere, right? You can see it kind of made new highs, and then it kind of has been descending ever since. But it looks like it really wants to make another run for its money. all the SMAs are under its price action. 200 days well down here got the confirmation of the bounce. I mean, this chart just looks very odd to me. It looks very odd. But what I will say is you can see we got 1, 2, 3, basically about 5 candles above the 20-day SMA. So this thing definitely looks great. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if you had some kind of a cool-off and found the 20-day moving average again somewhere around maybe 1.2 cent, somewhere around this area right here. I wouldn't be surprised if you found some kind of support on the 20-day as it starts moving up. But as far as this project, it just looks a little like not your normal project right here, right? Because, I mean, the fact that this thing just like literally went to the moon without even confirmation of bouncing above its 200-day just is something very odd. Very odd. But definitely looks like it wants to go for another run for sure. So if you're looking for maybe a spot to add to your bag, like I said, maybe look for this retracement on that 20-day SMA right here. Because you can see you got like a death cross right here. Caused this big red candle, but the SMA is starting to move up, and I wouldn't be surprised if the price meets this 20-day, like I said, around that 1.1, basically that 11 mark. You can see, well, it is at the 11.8 right now, but pretty much somewhere around the 11.4, 11.3. I wouldn't be surprised if it maybe retraces that there, finds some support as it starts moving up. But be careful with this project because it just looks a little odd. So Gene was asking, oh, Prodigy, damn it, I knew I forgot to do something today. Prodigy was asking, did I do any research on the Web3? Bro, I feel like crap. I did not even look that up today, dude. I've had such a busy day. I promise, Prodigy, we will go over it. I'm going to do my homework tonight and tomorrow, and I swear on everything, I'm going to do my homework, and I'm going to have a whole spiel on whatever they can offer me on Milady's Web3 and if that was accurate or not. Because I did see stuff as far as people talking about that. So I want to kind of, I want to dig into it and see what we can find out as far as that. But I will make sure to have that for you, Prodigy. I will, definitely. Sorry about that. So Gene was saying, what do you think Milady, or do you think Milady will hit, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros? So that would mean we'd have to drop 3 zeros. Well, I mean, you guys know what I'm about to say, right? I don't normally say as far as price action. It's hard for me to predict, how many zeros we're going to drop. But what I keep saying is a conservative estimate of what I think the market cap's going to get at is somewhere around $2 to $8 billion. Right now, we're at about 50 million, a little bit above, right? So I'm predicting that we could probably see somewhere around $2 to $8 billion market cap in this next full-blown bull market that we're going to be getting into. So that's anywhere from I believe a 40 to 160x from where you're at right now. So you can do the math. $2 billion would be somewhere around a 40x. If you have $1,000, that means your 1,000 would turn into 40,000. Obviously, if you have $1,000 and we go up to the higher spectrum of that conservative estimate at around $8 billion, that would be 160x. So you can do the math. If you have $1,000, it would go up to around $160,000 if we were to move up to a market cap of $8 billion. Remember, Shiba went up to $40 million, and Shiba's market cap was smaller than what ours is right now. So just remember that. And remember, had nothing behind it but hype. Hype was the only thing that drove Shiba up to $40 billion. Remember that, guys. Now, let's see here. Oh, man. Here we go with the cock and you jokes. Antonio said, I don't care what anyone says, but Milady coin is going to skyrocket. Bro, Antonio, thank you so much. That's what we've all been saying, right? This thing is poised to do some big things here. The fact that this market cap is so low, circulating supply is pretty much, we're at what, 80, almost 83% circulating supply. We have an NFT line behind us. We've been tweeted by Elon Musk. This is on major exchanges, and we're going to get listed on other major exchanges like Binance. I guarantee as we start moving up as a project and the price starts moving up, volume starts coming in, they're going to be looking at this project and they're going to be forced to add us on Binance and on Coinbase because they want that money. That's how these exchanges make their money, is through buys and sells, right? They want to make the money off those transactions. They're going to be poised to bring us on board. Guarantee it. Watch as we start building up. So for sure, I agree with you, Antonio. Gene was saying, what your price predictions for Corgi AI? Let's go check out what Corgi AI has been doing. Let's go see. So Corgi AI, we saw this big jump, and I remember telling everybody when we were up here and we were kind of making this double top, I was telling everybody just to be very cautious at the time because Corgi AI had been on a massive run, right? Don't let this chart fool you. This thing from down here up to here is like a 3,000% move. Massive gains, right, for Corgi AI. This thing shot up, and I said just be very careful because this has a lot of room for these sellers to start selling because a lot of people are sitting on massive profit. And that's exactly what we saw. It actually broke where I thought it was going to go down to. I was calling for the 16. It went down towards the 14, which wasn't too far down from where I was predicting, but it did drop like I said it was. And then you saw this almost like a dead cat bounce, right? Now, I'm not bashing Corgi AI because I think this project's going to be a big project in the DeFi world. I'm just saying be careful with it because people are still sitting on a lot of profit. You have a lot of people still sitting on profit that are holding that can sell at any time, right? So with this, a lot of times what they call is a dead cat bounce because it was coming off of its high, made a drop, made it look like it was going back up and almost faked out, right? Didn't make it up, got rejected at the 25, and we currently sit at the 20. So with Corgi AI, I think when we get into DeFi season, remember, we're going to get into a bull market. We're going to get into altcoin season, right? The bull market's first. Bitcoin's going to explode. You'll see the big caps exploding. Then you'll see altcoin season kind of follow behind, right? Altcoin season will go crazy. Most of the altcoins are going to go up. Some of them are going to go up massive amounts, right? And then as that starts to cool off a little bit, you're going to see DeFi season come out. And that means all your major DeFis are going to start just going crazy with volume. Right now, we've really been seeing only Solana. Solana's been going through DeFi season, right? Because Solana's project's been going nuts. Well, what you're seeing in Solana is what's going to happen to all those layer 1 projects, most of them. And you'll see that, and what I'm getting to is you're probably going to see a project like Corgi AI that you see not even during a DeFi season that made these massive gains. This project's probably going to do some big things and most likely get to $1 billion market cap, if not more, right? So what do I say about Corgi AI? Be careful right now, short term, maybe slightly a little bearish, right? And I say slightly a little bearish, like you might be able to dollar cost average in at lower prices than what it's in right now. So be careful. But I think long term, when we get into this DeFi season, Corgi AI and along with most of your big DeFi layer 1s are going to freaking go nuts. And I mean the DeFi ecosystems, all the little DeFi projects that are inside those layer 1s, that are inside Solana. Arbitrum's another one that's been going crazy, right? But you have all these layer 1s right here, and you're going to see all these ecosystems explode whenever we get into DeFi season. And I love DeFi season, dude. That's where I honestly make a lot of money in DeFi season. And I already been setting up, my buys right now, buying in before we get into DeFi. So, but you do definitely have to be careful with DeFi because make sure the projects are legit and that there's legit liquidity inside there because, anybody can make a project, right? Anybody can make a project, and you guys want to know the actual definition of a rug pull is you'll see it in a DeFi. You think when the price goes down on these big projects, you're like, I just crack up when people are like, it's a rug pull. No, it's just having a bad time right now in the market. A rug pull is when you buy in on a project and the liquidity gets pulled out from under you, all the liquidity. So the project, the price is still the same. on whatever token or coin you bought in, but you can't sell it anymore because it has zero value. There's no liquidity in the whole project. That's called a rug pull right there. And that happens every day in the DeFi wild, wild west. So be careful out there, guys. Definitely be careful out there. Now, catching up on the chat because I am just, guys, I'm slacking today. I really am slacking. I'm getting into these rants and I am like not even paying attention to the chat whatsoever. So Craig, I'm just kind of jumping in here, but I don't know where I lost. Do you, do you Insta or Facebook for followers to message you, bud? I don't really have an official like Facebook page or Instagram page for the Crypto FUD. Really right now I am on, those social medias, but it's really for like family, friends kind of thing. Not saying that you guys aren't my people, but I need to come out with an account so you guys can kind of instant message me if you guys ever have any questions or want to collab or whatever the case is. So thank you for bringing that to my attention. I probably will work on that. So I have to write it down. I have Web3 that I have to focus on for tomorrow for Milady. And I'll probably start off, I'll probably do some kind of a, I have a Twitter page that I have that I don't use. I'll probably jump on that for right now and start it up for the Crypto FUD. And then I'll go from there. Just some way of a way that you guys can contact me. Obviously, not on the chat or any live. You guys can just DM me if you ever need anything. So look out for that. I definitely will. I'll release that whenever I drop it. So TJ was saying, did you see Milady on? What is that? You asked me that, and I saw the comment. What is Dog with Hats homepage? What is that, TJ? I'm waiting for your response. Because we'll check it out if it's appropriate. I'll bring it up. Craig was saying, just walked in. What's up? I'm in that bull flag. Wait, hold on. I'm reading this incorrectly. I'm in that bull flag Milady is forming. I'm going to just go and say that that's what you're saying. A bull flag's forming, right, for Milady? And look at that. My boy already knows. Definitely 100% a bull flag or descending triangle that has formed. And we're going to let this bad boy play out. And hopefully we see this massive move, following this bull flag for sure. So good eye on that one. And DeMario was saying, Milady's going to the moon. Let's go. And we're right with you, DeMario, 100%. And TJ was saying, by the way, I put $50 in Fetch AI when it was at 8 cents. It's about $400 now. Dude. Isn't that awesome? I've been following Fetch. I didn't get wind of Fetch AI until right after the Chat GBT at the middle of 2023. When Chat GBT dropped, all the AI projects went nuts, right? I started really intrigued, and I was like, holy crap, we have AI with blockchain technology. So I started looking at like Fetch, but that at the time Fetch was up at like 60 cents. Well, since then it dropped down. And I started really covering on the page at around 15 cents is what I started covering it because I started buying in myself. And I was telling everybody this could be a big play right here for Fetch for the AI, right? So you guys can see I have these charts up. We were kind of started mapping Fetch AI when it started dropping back down towards like the 15, 16 cent. And I was buying in heavy. But disclaimer, I did sell my Fetch AI. I don't remember exactly what I sold it on, but it was somewhere around this area. I did sell my Fetch AI for a nice gain. But, with the anticipation that I do want to get back in eventually on one of these cool-off periods, because at the end of the day, Fetch AI is going to be a big project with the AI autonomous bots for the blockchain. Big project, I think. Another project, TJ, that I did buy in on because this project caught my eye during the Chat GBT as well was ALI. ALI is is an AI project as well. Market cap's only at around like $70 or $80 million, so it's fairly small. And another thing that like really caught my eye was that you can see this thing really hasn't exploded yet. This is the 200-day moving average. It's really right above its 200-day. So, I mean, I feel like this right here has some potential when we get into alt season to really make some big strides. Like I said, only at around a $70 million market cap. And you can see the moves that it's already made previously. This thing has gone crazy. So I've been loading up on this project, particularly waiting for a big move. And it has been basically sitting in this bull flag. But this bull flag has been just stubborn. It's been just sitting here, staying in the channel, right? So I've been just sticking to my word and buying in when we drop down at the bottom of the channel. Just buying in, adding to my bag, waiting with anticipation that eventually we're going to get into this full-blown bull market and this thing's probably going to skyrocket. I'm going to hold this project until it gets to $1. I'm not going to sell. So I bought in at around 2 cents, maybe a little under 2 cents, but I'm going to hold on until this thing actually gets up towards $1. That's my game plan for ALI. So let's see here. So Jen said she's driving. If you're still driving, Jen, be safe out there. And she said, Dogulon and Milady, let's go. TJ said, I got Myro. Nice. Dude, I am so behind on the chat, guys. I need to just freaking... Craig's over here deleting messages and stuff because I'm probably not even freaking responding. My boy Dies in the house. What's going on? Holden Smith, is now a good time to buy. So are you talking about for Milady, buddy? I mean, this is what I'm going to tell you right now. First things first, Holden, is what I'm going to say is I'm not going to give you any financial advice, right? Because I'm not a financial advisor. But what I will say is even right now, while we are having some good few days, the market cap still is as at $54 million, dude. That is such a small market cap. We have so much potential to really start rocketing up. So I think that any time right now is not a bad time to dollar cost average in. Now, what do I say about that is like usually, let's say you have $500 to play with, right? And I'm very interested in this project. What I would do, me personally, is I would throw $100 increments. So like right now, maybe wait, you never know. Maybe wait for like a small little 5% dip, because that's what we've been doing all day is we've been, jumping up and then maybe we jump down. You can see on this chart a little bit better. This is our descending triangle, our bull flag is what I love to call it, right? So we keep bouncing. Look how we just cleanly bounce at the top of this. I mean, look at this, guys. It's almost like it's respecting my lines, right? And you can see we broke out above the 20-day, but I'm not going to be fooled. If I'm going to think that we're going to go out on another breakout, we need to see multiple candles bounce above this 20-day. But what I'm saying is we're at the top of this channel. I think we're going to maybe stay around in this channel, so you might be able to find maybe towards the mid or the bottom of this channel a spot to start buying in. And I would say maybe around, the 70 mark. Possibly the 70 mark looks like where we keep bouncing down. We were hitting our head on this 20-day. We were bouncing down towards the 70s, so that could be a spot to maybe start dollar cost averaging in. Who knows? We might start shooting off like crazy right now, so we don't know. Bitcoin right now, what's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin's really just been kind of staying stagnant, but I honestly think these altcoins are just waiting to freaking go crazy. I really do. I think we're waiting to go on another second round. So just be safe out there. Be careful, guys, because this thing is about to explode is what I'm thinking. I'm really thinking. So Jen was saying, make sure you guys hit that like. We're doing good. We got, 37 people here, 34 likes. Good job, guys. And Metallica's in the house. What's going on, brother? Adam, what's going on, bro? Die. Big moves on Lady. Nice. Golden Cross soon. Die saying. Where are you seeing the Golden Cross for it, Die? Where am I not seeing this? Let me move to the 4 hour. Ooh, yep. My boy Die be coming through. So, yeah, we're about to see a possible Golden Cross right here, where if this is what he's talking about, we're going to be seeing this 20-day, and I believe that's the 100-day SMA that's going to be crossing over here soon, and we might see a big pump. We might see a big pump here. We'll have to see how that goes. Good eye there, Die. That's why we keep you around, bro. So, let's see here. Metallica said, how's it going? Just hopped in. Gonna watch it from the start later. Nice. I appreciate that, brother. Really do. And CM was saying, all right, thanks, dude. I'll be looking out for a social link whenever you put it out. Definitely see him. And thank you so much for reminding me about that. I really appreciate that. Craig was saying he's learning, and that's what we're all here to do, man. Free, what's going on? Crypto Fud. Love these streams. Some light background music would be would do you some justice. Appreciate all what you do. You want me to put some jazz music, man, so we can relax you? I will. I'll look next stream, maybe tomorrow we'll have some jazz music. And if you guys don't like it, blame it on Free, because he wants us all to have some jazz music, so we can all kind of relax and, look at the charts and be like, how was your day today? Everything's good? Oh, this music's just really putting me in the mood here. Just kidding. No, I definitely look into it, Free, for sure. Definitely. Let's see here. Michael's in the house. I'm here. Got you doing my taxes fast. Mike, you're doing your taxes already? I should probably jump on that. That's another thing, too, that reminds me. Imagine that was a big setup, too, for 2021. Was right when we really started going parabolic, was like right when everybody was getting their taxes, too. And also, what really made us go parabolic in 2021 was taxes, but a lot of people were getting stimulus checks, right? And people were the smart people were throwing it into the market and flipping it, like throwing all their stimulus checks into the market. And by the end of the year, if you did that, we actually topped out in the market in November of 2021. So think about everybody that was getting those stimulus checks during 2021. If they put anything in, they doubled, tripled, probably even some cases 10x'd their stimulus checks or their income taxes or whatever the case may be. That was in 2021. That could be setting us up for a big move too coming this year. In the next month or two, I'm sure everybody will start at least filing, or if not, getting their income taxes in. So, yes, sir. Jen says she's holding her Jasmine. Jasmine's been doing pretty good recently. We looked at it yesterday, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. I could have sworn I had a freaking chart up, though, for Jasmine. Maybe not. So Jasmine, what's up with Jasmine is right now looks juicy if I was looking to really start just keep adding to my bag right now, right? Because you can see it really hasn't had an explosive move yet. And I'm just zooming out because I wanted to see something. So you can see it really hasn't had it hasn't had an explosive move yet. So with this project particularly, looking at the SMAs right now, not the most bullish, right? It's not the most bullish, but it's not, obviously, doesn't look like it's down and out. Looks like it's definitely wanting to go on some swings and start moving. But if I was invested in this project, I'd be taking full advantage because it looks like it probably bottomed out right here at this 25 or 27 mark. We'll put the line right here. It pretty much bottomed out, you can see. So this it's not far from where it bottomed out. Wouldn't be a bad spot, in my opinion, to, oh, damn, it's up 100% from there. Nice. You know what it is that I'm zoomed out on this, so it makes it look like it was down and out, but you can see it's actually above its 200A right here. So, still, at the end of the day, this red line indicates the bottom of where it hit. It's at, even if it's up 100% right now, still not much. I'm sure in this bull market, it's definitely going to be moving up a very big chunk. So, with that being said, dollar cost averaging in and just continuing to add to my bag for Jasmine doesn't look bad. But I've been hearing a lot of people talk about it. So, all right. So let's see here. Craig was saying that's how I bought my Sheeb. $1,400 to $23,000, but rode it halfway back down. Yeah, we talked about that. Zay was saying, yo, we are here live. Hit the like button, people. Let's go, Milady, Jasmine gang. Nice, brother. I appreciate that. Definitely. So Di said, I was driving home from driving. And Mike said, man, I missed those stimulus checks. I made $25,000 when Bitcoin went up to 65. Nice. That's what a lot of people did, bro. The smart people really took advantage of that free money and put it into the market for sure. if you were able to. I know some people didn't have the luxury of doing that. They were actually like struggling, having to pay rent or feed their families. But if you had the luxury of really being able to put that money into the market, man, that paid off, because that was right before we really went into a bull market. And I think, honestly, a lot of that stimulus money really artificially stimulated us getting so high up so fast, in that bull market. So, yep. So just to recap, guys, remember someone was asking me, is it a good time to buy in? Look, right now, just from where we were at to where we're at right now, you're getting your dip in right now. Like I said, we're going to respect this channel for right now. We're going to teeter-totter in this channel. We might not dip all the way down to the bottom of the channel. We might. Who knows? But we're going to respect this channel because we're in a crypto FUD bull flag. And we're going to see this thing play out here soon. We're going to see a nice big run up. Most likely getting towards this 83 mark, like I've been telling you guys for the last 2 days. That's going to be the next spot of some resistance, and then obviously this 88 mark is going to be the next spot for some massive resistance. But other than that, Milady's looking great. Honestly, one of the better projects right now for the altcoins. But I have this hunch that the altcoins are really going to start pumping here and going on a round 2 that we saw just 4 or 5 weeks ago. I think we're going to really start moving up again. So, with that being said, guys, I am going to end the video, the stream. I appreciate everybody, guys, that came in today and took some time, checked out all the projects. We'll be back here tomorrow at around 6 p.m., around that time. Hopefully tomorrow we have a good day and we can, just map out some of the gains. But other than that, you guys, like I was telling you guys before we do leave, Bitcoin still tomorrow. I think we're gonna have still somewhat of a volatile day. So just be on the lookout. We might see some good opportunities to maybe dollar cost average in on some of these projects, especially for Milady, right? So other than that, guys, thank you guys so much. We had a great night, great stream, and I'll see you guys all back here tomorrow. Okay, you guys have a safe